Hi everyone, I'm Bjarni Skipper, Head of Price and Product at SJ. I'm here to speak to you about data-driven revenue management. We conducted a pre-study at SJ for about 5 years ago on the possibilities of data and analytics across SJ. And the conclusion was that this phenomenon of data and analytics wasn't just something for these big tech companies as Google and Spotify and Tesla. There was quite a lot of gains for a traditional train company as SJ as well. And the area where the biggest possibilities were identified was within revenue management. So that's what I'm going to speak to you about. And just for some reference here, SJ, we're Sweden's leading train operator. We have 450 commercial daily departures, 15 train lines, mainly long-distance day trains, but also some regional trains and night train services. Almost half of our travelers are leisure travel, but quite a lot of business travels and a chunk of commuters as well. So, there are a lot of data sources out there which has the potential of increasing your revenue. Some of them are, these are a sample of them. Behaviors in our digital channel from customers, data on personal preferences, track maintenance, both those have been and upcoming, trending destinations, road constructions could as well be a source for revenue, events, and weather. These are just a sample of data sources that we currently haven't incorporated, but could possibly incorporate in a structured, automated way in our pricing going forward. And our vision is to capture the full willingness to pay based on revealing data insights. We have been on a journey from the start of this century when it comes to our pricing. We started the century with fixed prices, differentiated but still fixed prices, on-off peak pricing, fixed offerings. The focus was to fill each train, and the offering to our customers were much bargain-based. We went on and into semi-dynamic pricing. Focus went on to maximizing revenue, which ended up in quite complex situation for our customers. The Swedish railway market was deregulated, and focus went on to market shares instead. And we went on to fully dynamic pricing, still very complex. We had a never-ending amount of price points that we utilized, not lack of logic in our pricing, which made it very confusing for our customers. So the next step in our pricing journey was making them more logical, optimizing pricing, reducing the number of price points, making them more even, so the customers more understood how the pricing worked. And the latest step in our pricing journey is adopting data-driven pricing with a granular strategy per train and with the focus of adding price value to our customers. So, how do we operate our data-driven pricing? We've been on a transformation journey since 2020 within revenue management. We've gone from experience-based to more and more data-driven. we had a vision that we wanted to base our way of working on 3 cornerstones. We needed a technological foundation with a world-leading pricing system, which we have implemented. But we also needed to structure our data, make our data available, making it easy to build reports and dashboards based on data. But also, you need people to do this. You need revenue managers with the right mindset, with the willingness to try new things and to evaluate. And we also needed new competences. So we added a data scientist to our revenue management team, and we also hooked up a business intelligence developer to the team. And finally, we adopted agile way of working, standardized routines and frequent follow-up, creating a learning environment. And in the center of all this, you have the wheel there of continuous improvements. The main thing of the data-driven way of working is our piloting. We have constant price pilots running. We have a hypothesis of something, we plan and implement it, and we run price pilots, continuously price pilots. We then evaluate them, and either we discard them or we scale them up. And for example, we can see new potential. It could be keeping price low for a longer period of time, but increase more rapid close to departures. It could be larger price gaps between one departure and another departure, or higher starting prices on certain types of departures, bigger price differences between zones, and then we evaluate this. And one of the ways we do evaluate them, and one of these dashboards that we built based on this technological foundation, is the pilot dashboard, where we have a standardized format to secure quality in the follow-up of our price pilots before potentially scaling it up. And here you see an example. And of course, you have revenue, volume, yield effects, everything compared to a control sample, so you know the effects of what you're testing. But you also have it broken down in differences between classes, differences over the booking window, between departure categories, weekdays, and on several other dimensions. And what was previously impossible or took forever is now constantly available and updated. So our revenue managers have a very powerful tool in piloting and following it up and implementing it. So, do we see any results from our data-driven way of working? Well, we do, and quite a large impact as well. When we look at 2022, we can conclude that our new way of working has improved our revenue by 14%. That's quite a large number. And for example, here, we have one of the significantly increased results of this piloting and that we have mentioned is we have increased revenue by nudging prices. We're targeting departures, which we know will sell out. And this chart here is showing price points on the horizontal axle and share of tickets on the vertical. And you can see the difference here between 2022 and 2019. So one departures that we know will sell out, instead of implementing or using the same pricing theory for all departures, we have been more granular here, and we have reduced non-volume driving low price tickets on these departures. We have utilized more of the mid-range price points, leaving the top price points unaffected. But in first class, for business departures, we have raised prices, the utilization of the highest price points. And these are one of the things that have added up to these 14%. So data-driven pricing on SJ has very much had an impact on our revenue, a positive impact. Yes, and the journey continues for us. Revenue management is becoming the heart of SG's commercial machinery. The insights we achieve helps us not only in pricing, but the next step is guiding us in how we set up our supply, how we're targeting marketing. Thank you.